Howdy, my name is Changwon Son, and I'm a PhD candidate at the Applied Cognitive Ergonomics Lab at Texas A&M University. Today, I will highlight the research article, Resilient Performance of Emergency Department, Patterns, Models, and Strategies, which we published in Safety Science in 2019. Here is the journal information so that you can search our publication. Emergency departments, or EDs, in the United States have faced chronic challenges in past decades. One of the major problems in the EDs is imbalance between demand and supply for emergency care service. In the state of California, between 1994 and 2014, the total annual ED visits increased 28%, while the total number of EDs has decreased 18%. Such imbalance also created other issues such as overcrowding, patient boarding, lack of surgery capacity, and increased stress, fatigue, and burnout of medical staff. To address such chronic challenges, researchers started emphasizing resilient performance in EDs. Resilience is generally defined as an ability of a system to adjust its functioning prior to, during, or following changes and disturbances. As a research gap, we found that previous studies have predominantly adopted case-based approach toward ED resilience, usually relying on narrative descriptions of adaptive or maladaptive actions. To fill such a gap in the literature, we aim to conduct an integrative literature review to provide adjustment patterns, resilience models, and adaptation strategies as a generalizable knowledge. Our review identified 4 adjustment patterns and 5 resilience models. With respect to adjustment patterns, we found that the EDs can adjust their performance by matching existing resources to demands, by exploiting additional resources, by sustaining their full operations until demand diminishes, and by transforming their functions in fundamental or radical ways. We also summarized resilience models in EDs. These models are state-space model, stress-strain curve model, temporal dynamics model, stretched systems model, and variety space model. Our review also identified adaptation strategies commonly taken in EDs in terms of staff, supplies, space, and sequence of work. Along these 4 S's, EDs were able to manifest their adjustment patterns to remain resilient in coping with complexity and demands of emergency care. Please read our paper for more detailed descriptions of these patterns, models, and strategies. Finally, I would like to mention that our paper may be useful for current or future studies regarding ED resilience during COVID-19 pandemic. Especially, it would be interesting how the EDs, as well as the other critical units of a hospital, adapted their functions to unique and unforeseen challenges. Also, it is worthwhile to find out which resilience models fit better than the others in terms of COVID-19. Lastly, it would be meaningful if we can identify how adaptation strategies were actually implemented during COVID-19 situations and what lessons were learned in such adaptations. For more information about the lab and research projects about resilience, please visit acelab.temu.edu. Thank you.